Next up is the Fillet Edges tool. And this is a really simple tool actually. One is the radius of the fillet, and the second is selecting tangent edges. Get to that in a minute. Leave that off for the moment. If you've drawn this shape or something similar, then it's quite a simple matter to use the fillet on this. And I'm going to select this edge just to start with. The edge will highlight, and you can data point to accept it. And we have a nice little fillet on that edge. We can select multiple edges. So hold down the Control key and make multiple selections of edges, which is obviously much faster. And that's all the tool does, but it does create a nice effect. Let's try using this object. You should have this one already in your collection somewhere. Let's try the same tool again. And I'm going to change the radius value to something else. I'm going to make this one 2. And I have tangent edges on at this point. And that's because I have edges which are tangential to each other as we run around the system here. So select the top edge, data point, the bottom edge too, and we get that. So that's what the tangential edges option does. Let me undo both of those. Let's turn that off. And let's try it again by data pointing. Now only this part of the edge is selected, and we just get that. We could add a couple of these to it, but we still get that only the edges selected. So now it's a matter of, do you want the whole thing done or just some specific edges for tangential connections? Let's move on to my cylinder here, and we can actually do something quite interesting here. I know that this cylinder has a radius of 6 units, so take that to 6 as well. Then I select this edge. What I get is this, a nice end on the cylinder. Now you don't have to have it completely rounded, of course. We can set that to say 3. And we get that. Not quite rounded, so still a flat end, but a rounded fillet. So experiment with that. And let's have a look at this one. Something else we can play with. Let's check some dimensions here. This dimension from here to here is 6. So I'm going to set my radius to 3 again. And select that edge. And select that edge. And I'll select this one and this one. And we get that. Let's check the length of this. Well, that's 18 units. So this time I'm going to select a radius of 9. And I'm going to select that edge and that edge. And we get that shape. And so on. And you can add some fillets to these inside edges to make nice rounded shapes, and the outer edge of this one too. All good practice.